Hello everyone! Holiday Wither here, and welcome back to another stream where once again we are tackling Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas, The Pumpkin King. Now, I know that it has been a while since we've touched this game, and you might think that I'm back to try speedrunning once again, but not today. It is preparation for a future speedrun. But we are not speed running per se. What we're going to be doing is doing a little test drive of a 100% routing for the game, just to make sure that I have every item in the route. And we're just going to start. And we're going to see where things go. If I can click on the right thing, let's click on the game and let's begin, shall we? I must say, it does feel good to be back. Let's delete the save file. It was for testing purposes. And let's begin, shall we? Now, I'm not gonna speed run per se. I managed to get that skip without pausing. That's nice. I'm gonna be doing speed run maneuvers, of course, but I'm not gonna be speed running the game. As you can see, I'm already failing at the first few jumps, so it is not the time to speedrun. This is mainly just testing, so we're going to be doing it casually. And like I said, we just need to make sure we have everything so that when we officially do the 100% playthrough, speedrun, it will be perfect. So this is just all testing, even though I'm gonna pretend like it's a speedrun. You know, I do have a timer. I should start that. Because that's for me knowing how long in total the quote-unquote run might take. It's good to have that, I will say. So thankfully, for the first section of the game, for 100% routing that I have planned, not much is different. It's pretty much the same game. We don't really go anywhere different, which is good. It'll definitely help my brain. It's after we start getting to Pumpkin Patch when things start changing. Pumpkin Patch 1, I should say. That's when things start getting a bit different. But for the beginning, it's pretty much the same game, which is good to know. Can definitely keep the muscles, the brain muscles active. But let's go on and take down the first spider boss, who will not give us any trouble whatsoever, hopefully. Three hits. No worries. Glad to see you here. That's all that matters. Oof. That is not good. I would say that was a good spider fight. So, essentially that was part 1. Aww. Well, I'm sure things will work out for you soon. But yeah, pretty much part 1. I have it split up into 12 parts for the run. And pretty much the first few parts are pretty much the same. Mainly because we don't have anything, so we can't really unlock anything. That's sort of the point. But let's go through Jack's house. Now, the timer isn't going to be that accurate because I started it a few seconds late, but again, this is just a test run, so I'm not really worried about the timer being a few seconds off. Get our ankles nipped by a cannon. And I probably am going to save as well, because I need to get it in my head that this is not a speed run. This is just a test run. That fire is always gonna nip my ankles, it seems. Testing some new strats. I'm doing 100% testing, and I want to make sure that my routing is accurate, at least for now, that I actually get every single collectible I'm supposed to and don't end up missing something. Because it'd be bad if I submitted this and I found out that, oh, I missed something. That would not be what you consider good. So I'm technically warming myself up again since it's been about 2 months since I've played this game last. But also using it as a way to make sure that I've done what I'm supposed to. So again, we're going to skip this. I mean, not skip it, we're just going to go through it normally. We're going to hopefully have no bonk on 0. Keep up our no bonk streak. Thankfully, shrunken skulls really aren't my concern for collecting them, because most of them you get normally. It is ultimately everything else that is a collectible that I'm worried about. So, looking at my guide, there is one collectible we can get at Dr. Finkelstein Part 1. There is one thing we can get normally. Or in our normal route, I should say. I always keep thinking it's Jack's house, then Pumpkin Patch, but no. Pumpkin Patch comes third. You'd think I'd remember that by heart, but believe it or not, I don't. Do a few small jumps there. I'm amazed that cannonball did not hit me. So interesting hitbox, it seems. Almost got through. But into Dr. Finkelstein's lab, Part 1. See if we can get the cool guy jump. We did get the cool guy jump. But then that other bug decided to nip me, which froze me in spot place. So, because this is testing purposes, we will use saving to our advantage. Ow. Man, that jump really is tight. I know me and Dark always seem to get it, but it's always so tight. We cannot go over there because that requires a special ability that we do not have. We will be back for that item, though. We'll also be back for the item that Zero is detecting down there. But that will be towards the end of the game. The first collectible is over yonder. Down Electricity Hall, as I call it. Where we are going to avoid, like the plague, these electric bullets. And by avoid like the plague, I mean get hit by every single one of them. Ow. Excuse me, I would like to jump. Thank you, Jack. Jack, please. Now, do I think this area is gonna be a run killer? No. I think it's gonna do a lot of damage, and you're gonna have to be careful for the rest of it. But in the long run, I don't think it will be a problem per se. Okay, I need to remember, I'm not speedrunning. I'm doing test runs. So I should not be throwing my life away. I need to remember, we're not speedrunning. So I can take my time. I'm so used to whenever I touch this game that it's a speedrun, but it's not. This is not a speedrun. No matter how many times I have to say it, I will say it to myself. So let's jump and throw. Our momentum should start automatically. It does. And on to the second boss, which I think Snake can officially be done in 3 phases, or 3 waves, I should say. That's what it seems like for me, at least. I've seemed to manage to get it down to 3 waves. But you have to ultimately hit the snake every time. So let's see if we can get Snake down very easily. One, two. 2 hits for Snake. No, Snake is gonna be shy on stream, it seems. 3 hits. And then 4. And our snake buddy should be down for the count. Didn't give us that much trouble. Dying is bad, I will admit that. I will try my best not to. I should probably look at my guide to make sure that nothing else is different. My own guide. For part 3, after long tunnel. Okay, we should be good. I need to skip that. So now we're good to go on to Pumpkin Patch 2. I will save for saving purposes. Just to be safe, I can play it safe this time. I'm allowed to play it safe. I don't have to play like my life depends on it. I mean, technically in a speedrun, my life does depend on it. But, yes. Let us continue, shall we? Yeah, apparently... So are you learning a new run or a new strat? I'm currently testing out a new 100% run. I did a test run earlier, but I didn't do it in full. I did it in different chunks, so I want to make sure that the run actually gets 100% of the game complete, and that I don't end up missing something and not having an 100% run. Because that would be sad, thinking I 100% beat the game, but then I do not. So I am testing a new run. Learning, testing, in a sense. This is part 4. I think there's a collectible that we can get in here. I don't have it marked on my guide, though, for whatever reason. That Frog's Breath hitbox is still very perplexing to me. That enemy spawn is also very perplexing to me. Oh no. Well, hopefully it doesn't give you that much trouble for much longer. Hopefully you can get it working for you. On to one of our first prickly friends. There we go. Don't hit our leg, thank you, it didn't. Now, one thing you're gonna see me do is something you don't normally see me activate, and that is the map. Yes, believe it or not, there is indeed a map in this game, because speedrunners don't need maps. But you'll probably see me looking at it quite a few times just to confirm that I've been doing what I'm supposed to. Damage boost. Over the fly. In we go, just to check there is an area inside, which is where we have to go. Because I'm pretty sure if I go down here, that leads to an area that we cannot go to yet. That is one of the off limits. Oh, but there is a neat jump you can do here to skip climbing on those ladders. I didn't do it because I forgot. But that does exist here. I need to remember that for the future. You can jump over that enemy, or you can just damage boost through. Let's take our time downwards. Get our second HP upgrade. And I think that is the only collectible we can get in Pumpkin Patch at this moment. So again, for me, it's very easy to memorize because that's the same routing as we've normally done. But soon enough, things are going to take a wild, wild turn. We do not want to fall down because falling down is bad. That ladder has to be climbed because poor Jack's hitbox is a little too big to make it through. Well, that's a little sad I couldn't get that pumpkin. Pretty sure. That's good that you ended up getting it, hopefully. Thankfully we did that. We were a little low on bombs, so it was a bit scary. but we made it through. Huzzah. Ow. Wait a minute, I think I'm supposed to not go here? Never mind, I am supposed to be out here. That is for future. When we do a lot of backtracking. Let's skip through this. Thankfully, we managed to get that before they jump. Because if they jump, you actually do have to wait a few more seconds. It's a little strange, but that's how it works. And on to Graveyard. Which Graveyard is nice. Graveyard has no collectibles, part 1 at least. So we ultimately don't have anything to worry about there either. One thing that I've been thinking about is figuring out how I'm gonna do the splits. Because in any percent, I have them split by bosses. So I think I'm gonna keep those splits, but I might add in extra splits for, like, this area 100% complete, this area 100% complete, etc., etc. That seems like the simplest thing to do, but maybe I'll find ways to make new splits entirely that work better for 100%. But as of now, that is the best plan, the better plan. The plan of attack. Wow, my brain does not want to function, it seems. Yes, definitely not too many splits. We don't want to completely bombard the screen with splits. Ghost friend, please. I think in general, there are no extra collectibles for Graveyard 1. I think in general, this area is just a straightforward run. This bell is for losers. We don't touch that bell. Come on. There we go. Thanks, Jack. Because of how low it is, your jumps get eaten so frequently. Checking, no, that area over there is for fools. That is a fool's gold area. An area for fools. Youch. That area down there is also for fools, if I remember correctly. Yes, that is just an extra save. Okay, come on. That bug is causing me problems. Thank you for moving. We are quite low on bombs, though. We do need bombs, I will say. We need to start collecting a few more pumpkin bombs. And as of now, we have a total amount of 0. And I'm not speedrunning, so I can actually collect some. Not have to worry about wasting my time. Those green bugs I actually don't think drop anything at all. That hand managed to scrape my ankles. It's always the ankles that get scraped. Poor, poor ankles. I do like calling those enemy floor masters in reference to Zelda, because that's what they remind me of, is floor masters. But just to check, yep, there is no collectible that we can get in part 1. Little snatchers are gonna get you. That's HP, so I'm not worried about that. I should probably have my bombs out already. That sucks. Alright, we need to let it come get us. Thankfully, the hitbox of the grasshopper is a little wonky. So, I'm thankful for that. There we go. We are actually on time. There should be an extra minute on the timer, but we're pretty much on schedule for a normal speedrun. Which is very good. All collectibles in Halloween Town Part 2 are collectible right away. Halloween Town Square, not Halloween Part 2. I don't know what I just said. And this is the area that eats your bombs like nobody's business. Thankfully, enemies give bombs, so that is very, very nice. Was also considered one of the most deadliest areas in the game until we learned that Graveyard Part 3 was secretly the deadliest. It just took losing like 7 runs in that area for us to learn that that area might actually be deadly. Alright, come on. Whoop. Oh, I knew that slug was there, but I thought it was already charging. One bomb. 2 bomb. 3 bomb. Time for one of the new collectibles over here, where we have to do a lot of cool guy jumps to hopefully not take any damage. Which I am not cool, because I cannot make them consecutively. But there is the next collectible. This area is a bomb grinding spot, which is nice. And a little bit of HP, which we will need for what's coming up. I think if I remember correctly, it should be possible to make that jump if you get enough momentum, but I'm not quite sure. Now, one thing you don't want to do is fall down, because if you do, there is no getting back on the snake. So that is the scary thing. I did remember to use my Batarang there, which I'm very proud of myself for remembering. Don't need to make that jump, don't know why I keep trying to. We've learned that we don't have to fall into the acid on this part over and over again, but since I always do, since it's part of my run strategy, that's what we do. What is the frog? Frogs. So ultimately, I think it's just called the frog's gun. The frog gun. Did I just do the cool guy jumps? I think I just did the cool guy jumps. I probably didn't, but I will say I did. The frog gun, I'm pretty sure, is just called the frog gun or frog's breath gun. I don't recall exactly. And for the most part, we don't call the weapons by their actual names. We call them what we just feel like calling them. It's not that the names are stupid or, like, completely different from what they are. It's just we're so used to calling them other things now at this point. Because I'm pretty sure the Bat Boomerang is called the Bat Boomerang, not the Batarang. But I like calling it the Batarang because that's essentially what it is. A Batarang. Pumpkin bombs, I'm pretty sure, are just pumpkin bombs, though. I'm pretty sure that one doesn't have any different naming scheme. Now we're gonna ignore that arrow and go over here, because it's a new collectible. I gotta be very careful, because I don't remember. This collectible can lead to immediate death, believe it or not. So we just have to be careful. Okay, I got the ghost first time. Now the ghost doesn't like to come to this wall, so we have to be very careful. Because if you don't get that ghost, a lot of pain and suffering comes your way. But thankfully that area gave me not a lot of trouble, and we got our final collectible for Halloween Town Square. Yes, the other collectibles we will get towards the end of the game. For now, we're just gonna fall on down and take our leave. Yeah, you understand why, because that ghost is put in a very bad position. That ghost wants you to suffer, and suffer I shall. Ow. So you can imagine how annoying it is if you miss the stretching ghost falling down, and having to do that over, and over, and over, and over, and over. But thankfully, we only had to do it once. Whoops, do not let the beheading bug get us. That would not be good. Oh, I was so close. Yeah, this vat we still don't know how to kill in a very time-appropriate manner. Just because bomb verticality is not very intuitive. So that's where we're at there, but we are done. And now we have the power of leeches. We can melt. And speaking of melting, we're gonna go meet Melting Man. Perfect timing, is it not? So we're going back to the graveyard. To actually probably one of my favorite areas in the game, I would say. And believe it or not, it's an area that has ice physics. Legasp, someone enjoying an area that has ice physics? I know, it's unheard of. But I do quite enjoy the area, and the ice physics actually aren't that bad in this game. Which is funny. But I will take good ice physics. I mean, the ice physics aren't good, but they're not terrible. They're tolerable. My foot. He did indeed melt. He became goop. Now, there is a collectible down below our feet, but we cannot get that until we unlock the ability to climb to walls. So we are going to skip that for now. Ignore the bell, because the bell is for suckers. But not that bell. That bell is for us. We need that bell. Avoid the undead bovine. We do not want them haunting us. And on to the first mini-boss of the area. There we go. I'm actually pretty good at skipping that text box in, like, the appropriate time. Oh, curse you, Bovinicus. Sometimes I always, it's 50-50 chance if I get the timing. Most of the time I do. It's just when I'm not speed running, I don't seem to get it. Which makes sense, because I'm not going fast. Now, I know for a fact that there is another collectible that we need to be very careful about. There we go. We're not supposed to go this way. We're supposed to go the other way. Yeah, so getting that one is a little annoying as well, just because of the backtracking. And yes, the ghost hitboxes are a little wonky, but they are ghosts, so it does make sense that we move through them. Their tails are a little off, I should say. I think their tails don't have a hitbox, and that's why I keep falling through them. Let's get one of the difficult jumps. We did not manage to make the difficult jump, but it is fine. We're gonna slide on under that guy. We are gonna check the map again, make sure we've done everything we're supposed to. The answer to that is yes, we have. I'm not supposed to be down here. I have gone the wrong way. Goop. We are now slug. I guess leech is the more appropriate word because we got it from the leeches. But I call it slug. Oh, I pressed up. One of these times, I will not press up when I'm not supposed to. Hold down. I'm holding down. I'm making sure I'm holding down. There we go. I need to stop jumping there, because that wastes a second. And seconds are valuable. Again, managed to get that. Cutscene skipped pretty quickly. Proud of that. We won't save here, since we really don't need to, since our final save is going to be coming up very quickly for the area. Oh no, the bovines have gotten me. Those bovines have never gotten to bite me before, but now it seems that they got their revenge. I need to remember to bat boomerang that. We want to fall down onto the ghost. We did. We then want to jump and hope we can grab that. I was a little too early in my regards. But now we just fall down and we're done. Okay, we're not done here because I have this area I always forget about, wall-wise. Our last time using the melting ability for a little bit. Just checking to make sure we're still on track. Do not fall down there, because falling down there is actually pretty not fun. Excuse me, Mr. Horseman. You are giving me too much trouble. You've never done that before. I do not appreciate it. We just wiggle our way down. We will not save. We will heal, though. We will use the ability to heal. And now we can come back and collect one of the collectibles we couldn't. Because we didn't have the ability to stick to walls, but now we do. Ow. This area is filled with pain and suffering. Oh, I did a big mistakey stake. Never mind, I managed to grab the right ledge. Now, you're supposed to duck and dodge under these balls of fire, but I know that there's an HP upgrade at the end of this hallway, so it doesn't matter. And apparently you can jump over those enemies. Good to know. So, with some more HP in hand... Sneaky mistake. Steak. We're definitely getting a nice tan on our bones, I will say. I don't know why I'm up here, because I need to be down here. Consume. Sustenance is important. I'm just mistaking all the jumps. Missing, not mistaking. You know, I don't think you can make that jump. Or maybe I should just take my time and wait. There we go. See, if you're just patient, you can do stuff. But sadly, speedrunners are the most impatient type of people you could ever meet. So, if someone's impatient, they might be a speedrunner. True words. And now we're going to everyone's favorite part. Pumpkin Patch 2, Electric Boogaloo. Which contains the gnats, the RNG gnats as we term them. Because it seems like they are all RNG, even though we don't think they are RNG, since we can't figure out their patterns at this time because we have not studied them. We consider them RNG. And you'll hear anyone who plays this game complain about the next area. So you can actually hit that bell when you're falling down. Good to know. I know that there is a skip you can do. A small one, but a skip nevertheless. But before we go to Pumpkin Patch, we must get one more collectible. It's a very sneaky collectible, I will say. Just because of how you must achieve said collectible. You have to do a lot of ghost hopping. Ow, 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 ow. My legs are charred. My bones have been burned. I cannot make jump. I really should take my time, especially with those bugs, because they can do quite a bit of damage. But that is I think the final collectible of Graveyard 1 and 2. Yes, that is accurate. The final collectible is in Graveyard Part 3, though I actually don't think there is a collectible in... What's in this? Is this? I don't have any bombs. I don't think Graveyard Part 3 has any collectibles, but I could be mistaken. Which I most likely am. Let's hopefully not perish. Perishing would be bad. And we have not perished. Ladies and gents, we're done, and we're going on to Pumpkin Patch 2. And again, still on schedule. For a normal run. I don't know why I'm comparing that, though, considering that any percent is different than 100%. I need to stop comparing. Love that little musical detail if you don't get bonked. or if you don't bonk into anything, how the pickup sound effects line up with the music. I don't know if that's intentional, but I love it either way. Ironically, you can only achieve that sound effect or that musical cue lineup if you go backwards. So it sort of makes me think that it is an intended musical sequence, especially since there are multiple ways to do it and you don't have to take that 0 section again. But we're just gonna climb up here to unlock another collectible. The Plasma Pumpkin. I do know that name of the collectible. I know it's called the Plasma Pumpkin. And we essentially cannot get any other collectible in Pumpkin Patch 2 until the end of the game. Because the items in Pumpkin Patch 1 and Pumpkin Patch 2 are very far out of the way. And I just threw them to the end of the game because it would be easier that way. No need to apologize. That's perfectly fine. Just glad to have you here. Ooh, my ankles. Alright, when I was doing testing of the gnats this morning, gnats were being pretty unforgiving. You know, I'm not supposed to go there even because I can't do anything there yet. But we'll see how unforgiving gnats are today. Or now, earlier than this morning. Gnats will hopefully be pretty kind. No, gnats are gonna be a little aggressive, it seems. Very, very sad. Thankfully, there are no... Well, that's a lie. There is a collectible that you must get that has gnats involved, but it is not in the actual gnat section. I need a few more bombs. That should be enough. Now I need to focus, so I'm going to ignore chat. I really do need to tape down my down button for that part. Thankfully, this isn't the speed run, so I'm not upset. But gosh, if that was a speed run, that is something you do not want to have happen. Because then it just offsets everything even more. Thankfully, I managed to skip. Again, these are risks you don't want to be taking in a speed run, but I'm going to be taking them because I can. Probably could have made it under. Please deactivate, please. Nat, deactivate, now, now, now. know that's always risky, but we did it. But sometimes when you speedrun, you gotta take risks. No risk, no reward. Oh no, oh no. Oh. Yeah, I got a bit too greedy there. I'll admit to that. But I might as well be greedy now and save my patience for speedrunning. Get under the mushroom. Thankfully, the mushroom hitbox is a little generous. It's not that generous, but it's better than what you'd think. And with that, we are good to begin the backwards trek. Getting that one extra hit is actually really good. And it does save you like a few seconds. Throwing those bombs there is actually really good as well. How many bombs do we have? We have 16. Okay, good. No, Jack. Get down, Jack. How dare you? I do wonder, when it starts flashing orange, is that time the same? Because if that time's the same, then you will be able to start knowing when you need to be careful and when you can risk doing certain moves. Nope, I'm going for it. Take the damage boost. Let's finagle our way down. Oh, I was so close. I would have made it if I didn't grab that ledge or I stayed. We're not going to worry about using bombs on this battle. I'm going to do this battle without bombs. Thank you, RNG. Alright, there we go. And now for the laggiest boss battle in the game. I just noticed I completely jumped over that bomb. Wow, I think you don't need to use bombs on this battle. With how quick that was, it looks like bombs might not be worth it. It might just be quicker to Frog's Breath gun the enemy. I will have to keep that in mind. I'll have to let the team know, the speedrun team know about that. We'll have to test that out then. Now, sadly, ladies and gentlemen, we are not done with the gnats yet. The gnats are gonna get one last crack at me. Because there's this area. This area I just don't have planned out. It's bad. Oh, hello? It's not fun for anyone. Oh, gnats. Why do you have to be so tedious? No, Jack! You monster! You have failed. You failed the team. You failed everyone. Oh, come on. Nat, stop being so annoying. Gnats haven't given me trouble yet, but they're gonna try to raise hell tonight, it seems. Oh my god. You know, if Jack could actually grab, I think we'd be fine. It's just that one ledge that Jack does not like grabbing. But I'll still blame the gnats for that. Because wouldn't you? Jack, please. Oh, I thought the gnat deactivated. I risked that. Darn gnats. Where's the fly swatter when you need one? Alright, we should be fine. Nope, we're not fine! We are fine. Sadly, there is no way to, like, deactivate that. So, we're just gonna go. I will save. And I will heal. I don't know why I always keep thinking that ladder is a fake, but it's a true ladder. I would say, though, that 100% should only add approximately 30 minutes to the total timer. So I believe that 100% should be accomplishable in about 2 hours. 2 hours to 15, I would say. Because most of the collectibles aren't that far out of the way of the original pathing. So to me, 100% shouldn't really be that much longer than any percent. But we've returned to the graveyard for the third and final time. But first we need to gain a pepper. And thankfully I remember that pepper's there. This one you want to stay left. I do need another pepper, though. So we're currently at a predicament of where I don't have a pepper. So we now have to find out in 100% where to get some extra peppers. I would presume that there'd be some in these statues. There are. Okay. That's good to know. But don't worry, we're about to get a lot of peppers. We're gonna take some damage first, but we're gonna be getting quite a few peppers. And another shrunken skull to boot. And believe it or not, that does say 6, not 5. It looks like 5, but it is not 5. And yes, I am going to damage boost my way through. Because it is quicker. Ow. Damage boosting. What would we do without invincibility frames in this game? Well, if we didn't have them, this game would be a lot more challenging, and the speed run would probably be a little bit longer. But as you can see, this is why we consider this area the deadliest area in the game. Even though we do have quite a bit of HP at our disposal, it goes very, very quickly. But thankfully, I think we've gotten every single collectible in Graveyard Part 2? Part 3, I should say. Part 2 was with Melting Man. How long have I been running this? Any percent I've been running since no, I was about to say the year. Since last October, I've been running any percent. And this is when I started doing test runs for 100%. I'm probably not going to keep running 100%. 100%, I don't know. I'm going to do one run just so people have a leaderboard to build off of. But I'm not going to really do 100% runs. I'm going to stick with any percent. Yes, but this is Graveyard Part 3. What's the light bell? It allows us to help find Boogie Oogie's boys who are hiding in the shadows. and we must find them to advance. But now we are done. We have every single collectible in Graveyard Part 2, I believe. I could still be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure we've gotten everything. That little bug guy is annoying just because of his placement. We need to remember not to waste our pepper, because I've accidentally wasted my pepper here before. And it's not fun for anyone. Let's do short hops. And then zoom our way over. And we're on to the deadly gargoyles, who will kill you. Believe me, these gargoyles will kill you. It is not a matter of if, but when. Because look at the amount of damage those gargoyles did to me. They're what you call scary. But thankfully, we're out of, like, the deadliest area in the game. I say as I take extreme amount of damage. I have to be very careful. I can't do speedrun strats when they can kill me in one hit. So we have to take our time. We have to take our time. Don't know why I keep thinking there's a bloodthorn trap, but there are no bloodthorn traps. Now, those things aren't called bloodthorns. That is just a nickname I came up with them. Genuinely, I don't know what they're called. To be honest, I don't know what any of these enemies are called in the game, because there isn't really a bestiary for them. So there really isn't a good way to know. So we essentially have nicknames for everything. Hey look, it's from that movie. Oh, you don't want to walk forward. I keep forgetting that. Walking forward there just wastes your time. We talk to the mayor. He gives us 3 peppers. And now we are on to Dr. Finkelstein's Lab Part 2. And this is when we start getting all the collectibles. We start collecting everything. Though I do need to heal, so getting some HP would be nice. Thankfully, there's a save and a heal point right here. Yeah, now we ultimately have the ability to collect every single item in the game now, because we have all the power-ups. So now it's just a matter of going back to get them. Again, we ponder the question of how our favorite doctor managed to get up here, considering the only way to get up there was by ladder. You never question video game logic, but sometimes you just question video game logic. I do have to check the map, though, because I'm not very confident in where I go right away for collectible purposes. I do know you want to come down here. Actually, no, you don't want to be down here. Down here is a bad place. We've learned that there is an easier way to get the collectible that's in there, and that's called beating this area first, then coming back to get it. We avoid the sun the first time, now we must avoid the sun a second time. But first, a small detour. Probably one of the most interesting mechanics in the game, a sort of boss rush-esque area. We must go through 3 cages and take on a slew of different enemies. And yes, it does decimate your health. Thankfully, the bees, though, are like one of the easiest enemies to fight. And thankfully, you don't have to do that again, so we're safe to just go back and vamoose. We only have one more collectible in part 2 of Dr. Finkelstein's lab. We also must avoid the sun, as always. And we are now technically at the end of Dr. Finkelstein's lab. And we're gonna fight what I consider, quote-unquote, one of my favorite bosses in the whole game. For those of you that have seen this, you know why I say, quote-unquote, my favorite boss. There is Shrunken Head number 7, 3 more left to go. Technically 2 more. There we go. Beat the boss. Best boss ever. Prove to me otherwise that that boss is not the best boss. And now we wait once more, because the saw is going to come up. It will double tap us if we take damage on it, and we don't want that. Now we must fight the sun. This sun I don't think gives us much trouble. Yeah, that sun didn't give me as much trouble as I thought it would. It usually gives me a bit more. This sun, as long as you are smart, you shouldn't take any damage, but I was not. So we're now gonna come and get one of the collectibles in the easiest manner. We're just gonna completely skip the challenge and just drop down from the upper ledge. There is a whole series of obstacles you're supposed to face. But you know what I say? Who needs obstacles? Who needs obstacles? Not me. Ow. And with that, we have completed... I just ran straight into that. Dr. Finkelstein's Lab Part 2. And now we must go to Jack's place. Because a giant moth has taken over, and we must stop it. See, that's why you don't want to get tapped, because of the delay that you can move. Oh, you can actually make that jump. Interesting. No need to save, but before we go to Jack's house part 2, where it's telling us to go, there are a few items we need to acquire in Dr. Finkelstein's lab part 1. And now that we have the Melting Man ability, and the ability to climb walls, we can get them. So the first one is here. And just to check, the second one is out there. Good. That is Shrunken Head number 8. We only have one more left to find because the final one is in the 0 section. So only one more Shrunken Skull, and then we'll have a full 10 bars of HP to be able to abuse and use however we feel like. So let's just hop on over here. Climb on the vines, something you only see in Dr. Finkelstein's Lab Part 1. Get one of the last few collectibles. And we're good. Let's go into Jack's house part 2. Electric Boogaloo. Just damage, rush through here. No really reason not to. And into Jack's house. Now, if we do take a gander, if we look at our pickups, we only have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 more left to find. And find them we will. But of course, this is Jack's house part 2, so you can expect that this is going to be my least favorite area in the game, and believe it or not, the collectibles are my least favorite to collect. You'll find out why once we get to them. Again, the only way, the only reason I hate this area is because of the backwards fog. Or whatever the fog is called. I just don't like items that change your control scheme on such a short notice. To me, it's just annoying and tedious. But it's only in this one small section, so it's not really a worry. But yes, this area, the least fun area in the game because of what you have to do. It is a pepper eater. And it is one of the most annoying things because you do not have a lot of control. Once you bonk in pepper form, you cannot do anything. You are ultimately immobilized. So, as you can see, we don't have a pepper, which means we have to find where a pepper is. I'm also pretty sure this is the only collectible in the whole area. So it's fine, but it is very annoying that every time you fall, you must come back and do it over and over and over and over and over and over. I don't even know where a pepper is located. Not in the fireplace. We're backtracking a lot. The nice thing is we can backtrack to that one later, so hopefully we'll get a pepper before we reach that section again. Actually, it might be smart to automatically do that one after you beat the boss. That might be a smart thing to do. I remembered a bit too late that I was supposed to throw a bomb. Thankfully, those drop peppers. So, makes... Oh, well, I guess we're getting another pepper. There we go. Now, I'm pretty sure that's the only collectible. Because, yeah, we go back there, that's the moth boss. Yeah. Ooh, boy. Ow. Avoid the fog at all costs. Avoid the fog like the plague is what I say. Remember, down is up. I just need to remember that down is up, and we're fine. This area is not annoying. Once I remember that down is up and up is down. That also drops a pepper. Good to know. Let's also fight what I consider one of the most annoying bosses. Or my least favorite boss. It's not really annoying. Sorry, I just had to check something, so that was why there was a weird pause. But let's fight Mothra. Not the real name. Already on to phase 2. That's what I like to see. Mothra is dead. Yeah, because now we're at the area where we go. Yeah, it's probably better to beat the boss before doing the pepper section, since you'll be climbing up in that area again eventually. No! Bonk, you fool! You've bonked. I don't like that section. I don't like it. I hate it. I hate it so much, man. You know, I might skip it just for this purpose because, again, this is just a test run, and I need to test how to unlock that, and I just don't want to waste my time today. So I will give it one more attempt, but if I miss it, I miss it. We at least know that in pathing purposes, it will fit in. Why did I press... Alright, my controller decided to say nope. So we're just gonna say that we got it for this purpose. And we're gonna move on. In the pathing purpose, though, it is collected and it does make sense. Well, actually, this lines up with one of the final collectibles you need to get in Jack's house. But now it is time to do some backtracking, because before we head on to the final area of the game at Oogie's Lair, we need to go get some other collectibles that we have passed by a little earlier in our travels. And it counts. And there we go. That is the final Jack's House collectible, accounting for the item we forgot. Yes, the hitboxes of the gates when they collapse are still there a second after they're gone. That is why you see me delaying my actions. So now it is time to get the Halloween Town collectibles, meaning we're gonna be going back quite a ways to get the items we left behind. You thought we wouldn't be back here, but lo and behold, here we are. And there's even signs all the way back here. And the mayor still seems to be here as well. Interesting. Now this collectible actually is obtainable right at the start of the game. But because of the nature of how we're progressing, it makes sense to come back for this what is now. Ow, that slug really slugged me. Haha. Jokes. Now we need to come down the dark depths of Halloween Town Square and become a slug once again. That's not what I wanted to do. Oh, this is... Oh, look at all the hullabaloo. Yeah, this is just... How long can you extend the bugs? Now, I don't remember where this collectible is. I think I just fall down. And there it is. That is the final Halloween Town collectible. And now the fun part is leaving. I guess that bug wanted me to leave in a different direction. Well, joke's on you, Bug. When you damaged me, you gave me the ability to leave quicker. But now, one of the last areas we're gonna backtrack into is Oogie's lair. Scratch that. The last place we're backtracking to is Pumpkin Patch. Because all the items in Pumpkin Patch that we have yet to collect are actually very random location-wise. So that's why I decided to wait to get them. Until now. Goodbye, Spiderweb. That is the last time we'll see you. You get a bit more love than 100% for sights. But sadly, that is all you get. Into the pumpkin patch. Now to check, we need to go up first. We need to go up, then back here. I know those words didn't make sense, but to me they did, and that is what is important. There is an easy way. Yes, I'm pretty sure there was a stretchy ghost. I was about to say, if there wasn't a stretchy ghost, well, that's just gonna be very, very sad. Let's just damage boost through. Ladders are clearly important because the hitbox there is a little wonky. We don't have any peppers. Well, you see, that's annoying. Because I don't think anything here drops peppers. But I could see. Well, you see, that's annoying. So I guess we'll just add that to the timer. Because again, this is just pathing purposes, not true speedrun purposes. For the speedrun, I'd actually collect them. I wouldn't just ignore them. But we'd collect that collectible up there. I'm gonna destroy every crate because you never know if there's a pepper. But as you can see, we ultimately do have to trek through all of Pumpkin Patch to get the final collectibles, which is a little tedious, but in the end, that's what you gotta do. Check the map. We are not quite at the area we need to be yet. But we are approaching. Oh, that is a sound. Thank you, Kazers, for the follow. Greatly appreciate it. So, now we should be at the section we need to be. I'll just do that. Yes, we are. I keep forgetting what the notification sound is, but now I do. Oh, that's just... Oh, it seems like we're going to be doing more bomb throwing. Similar to what we do in Halloween Town Square Part 2. Except instead of acid, there are spikes. Very interesting. That HP is helpful, and it seems that the item is in here. Oh, and there's a lot of bees. But we're just gonna run on past. They should not be any trouble for us whatsoever. And we're... Oh, there is a skull. I did not see him spawn. So again, we're just gonna damage boost through. And that is really not a problem. Oh, there's a... Yeah, this area really does want to cause you pain and suffering. Thankfully, you would have a lot of HP at this point, so it really doesn't matter. Well, we've done all we need to do, except there is still one more collectible. I do need to blow up the bridge. So now what we need to do is, ignoring that one section, we need to go down to that other empty box down south. Thankfully, we know exactly where to go. Just requires us destroying those just to make it easier for us to jump across. Yes, Pumpkin Patch is a little annoying collectible-wise just because of the backtracking. But it is precise in its collection because it's all still together. So in a sense, it's out of the way and annoying, but at the same time, it is still all together. Now, I hope that this area does not require a ghost pepper to access, because if it does, well, we're going to be out of luck. And I will just skip over it or gloss over it for the current moment. Let us save just to be safe. Down. There we go. Actually, no, it is not that area. That area we've already been through, so it's fine. Almost gave myself a heart attack that we needed a pepper. Oh, thank you, Cookie, for the follow. Greatly appreciate it. Now, let's go down. Oh, we are a little low on bombs, I just noticed. But now that we have our upgraded Batarang, we can get in here. Please have there be no peppers. Alright. Is this your first playthrough? No, this is multiple playthroughs. I am actually the current speedrunner, world record holder, I should say, of any percent in this game. I am just laying out the groundwork foundation for 100% for people to build off of for the future. Because as of now, I would like to consider myself at least decent at the game, considering I've run it so much. But I'm laying out the foundation for 100% so the other speedrunners of the game can actually work on 100% if they'd like to, and tweak the pathing, etc., etc. So that is what I'm currently trying to accomplish, and that's what this stream / eventually uploaded video will serve. Will serve as. Come on. Strange. It seems that the upgraded Frog's Breath is a little lower. Its hitbox is a bit smaller. What is my favorite boss in this game? You know, that's a good question. Ironically, I joke about the mini-boss that's in Dr. Finkelstein's Lab Part 2 that has just a giant room. I joke that that's my favorite boss, even though it's not a boss. But my favorite boss... I don't know. I really enjoy all of them. My least favorite boss is Mothra. Or the Moth Boss, as I call it. The Moth Boss is my least favorite. Snake, I do enjoy Snake. Snake is probably on my top of fights. But let's do this Zero section for the 4th time. And we will be on to the final area of the game, Oogie's Lair, and again, every collectible is achievable because we have all the abilities. I just hope we can get some peppers, since we are very low in the peppers. Ooh, I should be watching the screen. The final boss, it's annoying, but if you do end up watching my current speedrun of any percent, which is on speedrun.com, you can see that the final Oogie fight, Phase 2, I've managed to get down to 3 minutes. It is quite the feat, I will say. It is. It is, but at the same time, the fun part of it is just trying to get through it. So... And get through it I shall, or I have. But, hibbity bobbity boo, we're at the final section of the game. Oogie's Lair. First, let's fetch a face, since that is what we must do. Is go and fetch the clown's face. Don't really need to heal because we're essentially at full health. And again, I'm not... this technically isn't a speed run. This isn't being uploaded as a run. But I can still be fast if I want to. I don't think these things drop peppers. Your favorite upgraded weapon? Ow. You know, that's a really good question. I don't really have an answer. I would have to say Batarang V2, just because of the homing. I know it's not as strong as the other weapons, but with the upgrade to the Bat Boomerang giving it the homing ability, it really is quite good. Okay, we need to check the map. Map checking is important for now. Something you don't see in a speedrun, but something I'm doing now for research purposes. Let's hope we don't get hit by one of the tree balls. Would it be worth getting that collectible now? It is kind of OP. I'll wait to get that collectible till later, when we come back. I'll get it on the way back, since that will be important. Whoops. Need to activate that. Let's not take damage, because Oogie's lair is very deadly. I just ran face first into that sword. The easiest boss is definitely Spider. No doubt, it is Spider. Hardest boss, I would say, is Ball Bug. Not for the fact that it is difficult per se, but for the fact that it does a lot of damage. With that being said, that is why I consider Ball Bug the hardest one, just because of the amount of damage it deals to you as a player. Annoying would be the Moth. Moth is just annoying. And I will always hate Moth. Third boss, Grasshopper, yeah. Grasshopper isn't bad. Oop. We do not want to fall, so let's be extra careful, not doing speedrun strats this time. We duck, let the bee go so we can get across. Check map. Okay, we're good. We're good. Beetle is cool. Yes, I will say I do like Beetle. Also, we are at the pepper area, so I do need to achieve the pepper. Hello? Hello? Would you like to be attacked? The gnats seem to have been... Okay, come on. That sword is very annoying. I'm going to attempt to get 2 peppers. Getting 2 peppers is good. I usually don't worry about this one in the speed run. Didn't get me, that's fine. This tunnel, damage boosting wise, is dangerous. Just because you do end up taking a lot of damage. But we did it. Yes, that is true. The beetle forms a bigger beetle. Who knew that the inside of a beetle is like a TARDIS, where it's bigger on the inside? But now let's do the face fetch, which literally is just us standing right here. Alright, thanks for tuning in. Hope you have a good day. Now, yes, I'm taking quite a bit of damage right here, but it is still the fastest way of getting the face. Believe it or not, it is still the fastest way. Because you really don't have to move around. But one thing I'm going to do is just collect some HP. That is true. Moth. Whoops. Oop. No, come on, come on. Oh, I needed that pepper. I needed the pepper. Please give me pepper. I do need at least one pepper before I leave this area. Eventually, that bug will drop a pepper. Ooh. I did get the pepper. Can I get 2 peppers? I'm not speedrunning, so I can actually grind for peppers. Yes, it's on a timer, but the timer is quite lenient. The timer is not very tight. It is very lenient. I've never come close to failing. The timer has never been an issue for me. I know for some people it's probably an issue, but to me the timer still isn't that tight. It's a very lenient timer. That's true. As a kid, I do see it difficult for kids because I had the same problem when I was younger, is that it was quite difficult for me. But besides that, it wasn't that bad. Now, on to one of the more interesting collectibles, or ways to get a collectible, is by going through a gauntlet while as a slug. Technically a leech. And you'd think you'd actually go up there, but no, it is a trap. You do not want to go up there. And with that, we essentially only have 2 more collectibles left to get to 100% the game, excluding the one that I still have to do more testing on, but the pathing for it is there, so it still counts. Now let's go backwards. Ow, that... Okay, I was like, please do not go through walls. It does not. I'm pretty sure you don't have to stop moving. I'm pretty sure if you just hold right or left, you can make it through. And the answer is yes. Grasshopper isn't that long. It is a bit annoying, but there are ways to speed through the fight and make it quicker. Because depending on how much damage you do to it, it will go to certain phases. And there we go. Oh, yes. Sorry, that's my fault. Yeah, the area isn't the most exciting. But sometimes, for a speedrunner, it's actually quite refreshing because you really don't have anything to worry about. But we did everything in Oogie's Lair Part 1. Now we're going on to Oogie's Lair Part 2. Even though it's essentially the same area and we don't ever leave, it is considered Part 2. Do not press start, that is not a cutscene. I will save. Because this area isn't bad, it can be deadly. Especially depending on if you take a lot of damage back to back. But I will take my time, because there is no rush. Get all the pumpkins in the world. Again, I like showing... You know, I never played Oogie's Revenge. I do know the base of it, but I will say, this is a good game. It also... It just works as a prequel, you know? It's a simple premise. Also, this is a little joke I like showing that you can get up there. As a premise, it works. As a prequel. It's simple, but it does work. I've never played... I don't plan on playing it because I also can't play it. But it does not exist. Okay, I need a pepper over there. So I will let that ghost go. I was scared I almost missed. Let's climb over the skeleton ribcage. And get the collectible. Oh, this is the one collectible, isn't it? An easy way to regain your health. But my god. The hitboxes on these balls are a little annoying. Just getting them. I mean, they're not terrible. Jack! Jack, it's fine, Jack. Just take your time. Oh, yeah. Ooh, hello there. I seem to have grabbed the wrong side. Bonk. I think this is the only tedious item you have to get in Oogie's Lair. I don't think the other one that you get here is that bad. It's just that one that's a little tedious to get. But once you get them, it's fine. Whoop. He is one of the biggest characters in that style. Let's fall down. And that is the final shrunken head that we find in a box. The other shrunken head is in the final 0 section, which we will keep in mind. And now it's time to leave this area, which is a little tedious in and of itself. Yeah, because when you take damage, you can't grab the ledge. So let's just take our time. Even though I am timing myself, it's just to see an estimate of how long the game would take. I mean, 100% would take. Oh, no. Jam! Oh, he managed to get it. That's all that matters. He might have been spazzing out a little bit, but it's fine. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. And we are good to just fall on down. I was about to say there's nothing that stops us except that ledge. And now on to what we're supposed to be doing in Oogie's Lair, going over here. Yes, that is quite startling, I will say. Seeing that beetle just grow out of another beetle. There's the pepper, which we needed. Mainly so we can do a cheaty shortcut that I managed to find out for speedrunning purposes. And also to easily beat the ball bug boss by obliterating it. Hahaha, love tricking that. Whoops. Don't stand inside the enemy. Standing inside enemy bad. That's like one of the random bomb walls that I don't agree with placement-wise. Just because of how random it is. The other bomb walls I agree with. That one, not so much. Take on the flying snake. Very spooky. Now, there is a certain way you're supposed to be doing this by grabbing onto the ledges, but we just jump up normally. We don't even worry about those ledges. There's another pepper. Now, I need to jump down here. Then go. We just completely skipped that room. You're supposed to do something with climbing on those spiked balls, the ball and chains. But we just completely skipped that room. We don't care about it. What are 3 things you were scared of in this game? I don't think I was ever scared of anything in this game. I think the things that were the most difficult to me as a child was the gnat section. The section involving the gnats in Pumpkin Patch Part 2. I really never beat this game as a child because of that. But the second area that gave me the most grief was Oogie's Lair Part 2. As a child, when I used cheat commands to access it, and I don't know why, it was just a bit difficult, but I wasn't really ever scared of anything per se of the game. But we are almost done. We have all the collectibles inside of Oogie's Lair Part 2. There is essentially just one more collectible I think we have left to get. Ball Bug I'm not really worried about now. If I just check my map. Yep, we are good for Oogie's Lair Part 2. And if I check this with the pickups, we should only be missing 3. Yes, because there's 2 pickups in Oogie's Lair Part 3. That is correct. Time to fight the Ball Bug. I have a lot of HP, so I'm willing to just go through it or take damage. Straight. Thank you. Yes, it's doing this one. That's good Ball Bug RNG. Come on. There we go. Let's get ready to pepper it. There we go. That's a quick Ball Bug. Beetle looked like smallest boss, then turned out to be the biggest one. That is true. He did turn out to be one of the biggest bosses in the game. But with that, now we just take the elevator up. It does have good boss music. The music in this game is good. Of course, it's taken from the movie itself, but it does work, and that's good. Works really well. But now it's time to get the last 2 collectibles. Yes, we're gonna have one missing, and you're like, this is an 100% run. That's not 100%. It's a test run to make sure that the 100% pathing works, and it does. There's just one collectible that I have a really challenging time of getting, but it does fit within the pathing, so I just let it go for the time being as I work on figuring out how to get it in a very quick and easy way. But it fits in pathing, and that's what matters. But we're gonna go collect the last 2 items, and that will be complete. Well, of course, we'll have to beat the boss, but that shouldn't be a problem. And here we go, the last area of the game. Oogie's Lair Part 3. Wow, really? That's impressive. Though I guess Grasshopper is a boss that isn't that hard to, like, memorize. So, but still, that is impressive. Now what's down here? I just want to check to make sure. This is an HP station. Good to know. He does have a pattern. I'm a little concerned that we might have missed an item. Which is concerning when you're trying pathing for an 100% run. But I won't hold my judgment on myself until I get to the end. Come on. If I did, then I'll have to check my map after the stream to see where I went wrong. Ow. We do fall down here. Falling down here is not where we're supposed to fall. It's the final one. Let's avoid that axe. Oh, that was boss music in movie as well? Yes, it was. Oh my gosh, you're so slow as a slug when these things travel around you. I'm just going to try to get them off of me. There we go. And now we're the normal speed as a slug. And what part was it? The final fight between Jack and Oogie. So there's that. And there should still be one more collectible. But it seems that I might have missed one. Well, that is for me to figure out afterwards. Yep, no worries. It's probably faster going by slug. I think I recall where I missed. Oh well. At least the pathing all works out, and that's what matters the most. Oh, I forgot. I'm not supposed to be over yonder yet. Now I am. That is true. He does have the coolest beginning section. I will heal here, though. We are quite low on health. So there is that. Now let's get on to one of the last things before the final boss, which is going through the Crusher. We need to trick the Crusher into attacking in areas it shouldn't be, because the Crusher does 1 full bar of damage, which is very, very damaging. I wish it crushed enemies, but it doesn't. And there we go. Now all we have to do is hold right to win. And it is now time to end it all. Time for the final boss. And hopefully when we get to the final boss, we can destroy it. Which we should be able to with our current setup. But only time will tell. We will, of course, save. Once more. Healing is not a problem. It would be at this point in the speedrun. Nice. Glad to see people playing this game, because it is a good game. But this would be the point where I tell people to go to pickups, make sure they have all the pickups. We're missing 2. But again, this was done for pathing purposes, and clearly, we can see I missed 1. I know where 1 is, and I did that on purpose. That still fits in pathing. There is still 1 other pickup I did not path correctly to. But that is why we practice. That's a little strange that that text played, considering I was spamming skip. I have 2 more peppers. I'll use them on Oogie. That'll help do some damage. We'll just hop on over them. And then we'll pepper them with the frog's breath gun. And of course, we'll give a few bomb tosses as well, just to speed things along. So we should probably have 2 more phases of Oogie, and then we should be good. Yep, we're on saws. How many times do the saws move back and forth? 1, 2, 3, 4. That means he is very close to death. If those move 4 times, he is on his deathbed. For the first phase, at least. Nope, didn't manage to get it. One more hit ought to do it. There we go. Alright, thanks for tuning in. Greatly appreciate it. Have a nice night. Alright. Because I can, I'm gonna go heal. And let's go take down Oogie Boogie V2. And with all these bombs in tow, we're gonna wreck face. Okay, he's on to wave. He's on the first wave is done. We're just gonna spam him with bombs. There we go, he's on phase 3. Run is going quite well. Oogie is now on phase 4. Bombs make this fight very powerful. This is like a 3-minute Oogie fight, which is what you want. But now we got Lock, Shock, and Barrel because we didn't have any bombs saved over. But for speed run purposes, we are perfectly fine. Just a few more hits and Oogie should be done. Come on. Whoops, no. Come on, Oogie. There we go, and that is the approximate time for a 100% run. Which isn't bad. It's about, I said it was gonna be 30 minutes extra. It's about an hour more, but I know with some shaving, it's not gonna be that long. So, it's probably under 2 hours, 30 minutes. It can probably be 2 hours, 15, 2:10. Especially when people get pathing planned out. But I think it went pretty well. There is clearly one item. I don't know where it was. And that is my fault. It's not the item we skipped that we know worked within the system. Worked within the pathing. So I need to look that up real quick while this is ending. Let me take a gander to see if I can find out where that final item was. But besides that, I think it went well. I do think the run went well. And in all honesty, it was nice to play this game again after so long. Oh. I think I know where the final item is that I missed. I just want to take a quick gander after the credits, which you can't skip. But no, I think it went well. It was nice to play this game again. Hey, no worries, I understand. It's all okay. But I think I know where the one item is I skipped, and it's in like a very, very strange location. Now I just need the credits to get through. Didn't realize I pressed pause, not end. And there we go. The end. So I do want to start the game again, because I do need to check where the final item was. If I go to pickups, what am I missing? I'm missing... Does this go in order? It does. The broomstick is Pumpkin Patch Top. Oh, we missed... No, I'm a fool. We did miss 2 items. Everything's fine. I thought I pathed stuff wrong, but I remember passing it earlier in the stream because I didn't have a pepper. So I just needed to get a pepper, and I wasn't going to wait to find one. That's my mistake. So everything is pathed accordingly, and this video can serve as a starting ground for pathing for those who maybe want to do 100% runs. But that's good to know. I'm glad everything worked out in the end. But I think I'm going to end the stream here because I've done what I set out to accomplish. So, thank you everyone for tuning in today. It was a lot of fun being able to stream once again. And I will be back next week, possibly with an actual 100% run, or maybe I'll tackle any percent again, just to see if I can beat my world record once more. So thank you all everyone for being here tonight, and I hope you all have a great day.